Welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. That's right. I hope that everybody has had themselves a decent day today. Yes, if you can hear that noise, that is Toby is in heat again. Oh boy. Miss Tobeans is in heat. Look out. Watch out, world. Oh boy. Yes, I know. I know. I know. Yes. Hey, Leonard, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I know a certain other show saying, yeah, Satan's here. Yeah, but time for her to go. It's Psycho's time now, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I could say about that. That's for sure. You're just gonna stay like that, huh? All right, that's fine. You can have it that way, I guess, if you care to. Hey, Mick, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. Anyways, so hopefully, in your part of the world, everything is going decent for everybody today. Yes, the beard is coming back, Andy, slowly but surely, at least for another couple weeks, and then I'll probably shave it off again and start over. It just seems to be how the heck it's going, at least for this guy here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Oh boy. Toby, you're going to drive me nuts today. You really, really are. Go somewhere. Stop. Go by mommy or something. You should see what she's doing. She's doing this weird little backing up stuff mixed with extra motion. See? See, look at this. Yeah, well, that ain't happening. That's not happening. Uh, anyways, so like I said, I hope everybody's doing real good wherever you're at, and but I'm all right. I'm all right. Not great, but all right. We're here, as you could see. One for the day the music died. Yeah, every time I think that I know how an episode is going to turn out, then something unexpected happens. And this is the reason why, for the title, you probably could figure out elements of this title, if not all of it. But I want to say truthfully before we get started here, I want to thank everybody for watching and subscribing to this show. We did get some new subscribers, but only one has popped up into the system. Donnie Ray Reed. I want to then welcome you to the Psychoplatter universe, and the others that have not been registered in here yet. And what can I say about that, right? So, one of my favorite singers died. Yes, another one. They just keep dropping like flies. And yes, we're speaking about Mr. Chuck Negrin, 1/3 of those three singers called Three Dog Night. That's right. Now it's officially a one dog night. Yep, Danny Hutton. Danny Hutton was the last man standing on all of this. First one fired many years back in 1975, but he's the last one standing. And one of the weird things that I thought, but it was kind of cool, I guess, in the end, was Chuck's wife, I guess, reached out to Danny because this was like about 5 months ago for a mini sit down reunion, if you will, because I guess he was not feeling very well 5 months back. And they mended the fence. So at least there was no ill will left. It's just kind of too bad that the whole band itself kind of went the way it did, after Chuck was dismissed in '85, and I guess the dysfunction, I'm told, was still there for many, many years. But what are you going to do, right? It's only rock and roll. But I thought I would go off and pay early tribute in here before we pay tribute to the big tribute, which of course, as you know, is today's February 3rd. Yeah, February 3rd, 57 years ago. 57 years ago? No, 67 years ago. 67 years ago, excuse me. Yowza, 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 that's right. 67 years ago that the plane crash that took Buddy Holly, Big Bopper, and Richie Valens happened. Brandon's in the house too. Big Lamb is here. Little Lamb is being a little lamb. So there on that. Oh, man. Hope she's not leaving meat packets behind. No meat packets. No meat packets, thank God. We don't need that. We definitely don't need that. There we go. So the thing is a lot of people don't know is that Chuck actually got his start back in 1963. Yeah, 5 years before Three Dog Night, and he was known as Chuck Rondell and had the backing of the Sorensen brothers. And so I thought I would play one of the.
Whoever invented this tool deserves a raise.
He said tool.
Thousands learning from a master electrician, and some. I dream of an angel. She's the one that I adore. I would be so happy if she'd be mine forevermore. Just for one single minute out of life's eternity, I tell her of my true love, then kiss her tenderly. She's an angel from heaven, a dream girl with all her charms. Oh, how I long for to hold her in my arms, just for one single minute out of life's eternity. I tell her of my true love, then kiss her tenderly. I dream of an angel. Hope my dreams come true. It's all that I long for, 'cause that angel I dream of is you.
That's right, from 1963. And then the next year, he managed to land on Columbia, at least on this white label promo that I'm looking at here. And this one here is called All's Fair. in Love and War from '64.
Shoo-doo-be-doo, shoot, shoo-doo-be-doo, shoo-doo-be-doo, shoot, shoo-doo-be-doo. You introduced her to me. Now you're mad as you can be. All's fair in love and war. You love her so, oh, oh, I love her more. I used to be your best friend. Now that's all come to an end. All's fair in love and war. You love her so, oh, oh, I love her more. You don't know what a lucky guy you were. But like a fool, you ran around and cheated on her. You never get her back with you. You never loved her like I do. All's fair in love and war. You love her so, oh, oh, I love her more. All's fair in love and war. You love her so, oh, oh, I love her more. You love her so, oh, oh, I love her more. You love her so, oh, oh, I love her more. You love her so, oh, oh, I love her more.
Yeah, all right. Then, of course, 1967 comes. And somehow, in the interesting LA music scene, you get Danny Hutton, who of course had a solo hit back in '75, Roses and Rainbows, on the Hanna-Barbera label. Not sure if I have a copy of that on a 45. I know I don't have the sleeve, that's for sure. And of course, Corey Wells was in a band called The Enemies. And then, of course, Mr. Chuck Rondell, a.k.a. Chuck Negron, would all three attempt to form a trio. But we're not there yet. They called themselves Redwood. And they were actually interested and got the interest of a certain Mr. Brian Wilson. Hello there, sir.
Rock and roll.
Yes. Yes. What timing, both of you guys. Look at this, yes. Jeez. Oh my God, that's funny.
G'day, fellas. How are you?
Hey.
Rock and roll.
I'm at work, so I won't be able to stay on too long. I just wanted to say g'day. This is
hello.
Wow.
Hang on a minute. That thing looks like a big piece of work.
Yeah, no doubt.
So what is that?
It's a printing machine, and I print these.
Oh, man.
Oh, all right.
You can make your own backstage passes.
No, they're meat labels. They go on legs of ham.
Yeah, but you could forge your own backstage passes to any concert now.
Oh dear God.
I tell you something, right? There's an engineer that comes in here that fixes the machine, and back in the day, similar to you guys, we used to have paper money, and one of the printers used to print off $1 notes and pass them off in the bloody nightclubs.
Oh my God! Wow.
Oh man, it's amazing stuff.
I nickname that Foxnay. You don't want no visitors the next day.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know it. So yeah, this is what I say when I'm like busy at work. I'm operating this bad boy. So, but before I go, how you doing, Paul? You okay?
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Ah,
Interestingly boring. Oh boy, that sounds like an interesting title for something. Interestingly boring.
Yeah, right.
it might be interestingly boring, but it pays the bills, man. And I'm not picking
See?
up dog shit. So,
Exactly.
are you doing well, Mello? Because the last few times you were sick. Are you better
Yeah,
now?
I feel better. I'm just going through other. It's always like my life is perpetual. When one thing finishes, the other thing's already, lined up to go. Like either it's a dilemma or it's good, depending on what wave I'm going on.
Well, the important thing is, man, to put your pants on one leg at a time and to put
Amen.
one foot in front of the other. That's the way you get through it. Anyway,
This
You
is
put
true.
one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door.
Oh boy.
I love you, everyone. Take care, and I'm going to watch you while
Love
I'm at
you,
work.
Brandon.
Okay. Thank you.
That's our brother, man. That's our brother.
He's such a good egg. I found you guilty of the crime of sleeping at a time when you should have been wide awake.
Amen to that. God rest his soul.
Well, I'm glad that you're feeling better, Mello. Honestly.
Yeah,
And good to see him at work too.
sure.
See, if there was more there, then I could have said there was men at work,
Yeah, right. There you go.
which really would have been appropriate in that case.
Then we could ask him how he's feeling down under.
Exactly. I what is it I heard? Well, Collins doing another tour, I think. It's Men at Work, Christopher Cross, and somebody else is like going on a package tour. I'm glad I got to
Sure.
when I saw him play with Ringo. And he pretty much played the 3 songs, the 3-minute work songs that everybody knows.
Well, didn't Christopher Cross also go on with Ringo as well?
Sorry. Maybe. I really don't know. I only got to go to the one show. What a horrible tour. Well, it was a fun show when I went. That's for sure.
I just know every year Ringo had different people. He had a different all-star band almost every year.
Yeah.
One year with Tom Rundgren, one year with what's his name from well, like I said, from Men at Work. You had the guy from Toto that was always with him.
Oh man,
Steve
he was on fire. Steve, the MVPs of that tour was Steve Lukather and Greg Raleigh. Those two were cooking every night, and I'm just like, wow. I was so glad to see those two play, and I've got one of Luke's guitar picks too.
Right.
Managed to get that at the end of the show too, which was
Didn't
nice.
even Peter Frampton go on in one of the all-star bands? I thought so.
Yeah. There was a whole bunch of people. My lord.
Yeah.
So many people. So
like for his last one, he should bring back like all the best ones that he had over the years and have like one grand final all-star, concert maybe, when he finally decides to hang it up.
I'm kidding. It'd be funny. It'd be funny, but of course it's not going to happen. Is that Paul's backstage at every show and pops up for the encore? Oh, that would go nuts. People would go nuts.
Even if it was just for his last one, if he would do that, that would be great.
Yeah, maybe he will. I don't know.
You would think there's gonna be a final show one day for Ringo, unless like unfortunate things happen. If it's planned out, just like Ozzy or somebody else, they should go out with a bang. That really Ozzy did it the best way.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. So like I said, 67 Redwood. All right. So you've got the main 3 principal elements. Now supposedly, hey, here's somebody I haven't seen in a while. How you doing?
Hey,
There was one instance where I attempted to come on your show, and
Did.
I was avatar only, and I think you dropped me because you mistaken me for being like a troll or something.
It
That
could be
actually
possible.
that actually was me. I just
Sorry.
wasn't decent to come on camera that
Oh,
evening. So when I noticed when I noticed
happens.
when I noticed you had booted me from the green room, I didn't take any offense, but I'm like, well, he probably thought I was a troll, trying to impersonate.
well,
Yeah.
a lot of times, like Rachel or anybody, they'll be like, before they go on, they'll even say, "Let me see your avatar," or kind of thing,
right.
And then you can go back in avatar mode. He probably just, didn't make it.
Yeah.
So how you doing, Mason?
That time I just wasn't coming on camera that day because I was I wasn't in the right angle or anything like that. But I've been doing well.
Good.
You look well.
Yeah.
I've got a little more time on my hands at the start of 2026 to kind of get more active on this platform again.
Nice.
Recently got some CDs in the mail because I am back on the physical media bandwagon for good this time. I'm done trying to adapt to streaming. My main source of how I enjoy my music. I'm pushing it back to where I'm going to only use it as a tool to discover new music,
Sure.
and as well as when you're on the go somewhere and you like, hey, I want to hear a certain song, but you don't have access to your turntable or your CD player or anything. So, but when I'm at home, no excuses. If I want to hear a start to finish album, pop the disc in.
Makes
Right.
sense.
It's funny because
I kind of picked up where I left off last when I was trying to purchase all of the Genesis albums that I could at that time, and picked up where I left off. My most recent order, up until now, I was very heavily, kind of focused on Phil Collins era,
Right.
Trick of the Tail and onward. But as of lately, I've kind of, realized, hey, I need to kind of spice things up and throw in more Peter Gabriel stuff because, I mean, he was the first voice for Genesis after all. With my most recent order, I picked up Selling England by the Pound, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, and Nursery Crime should be arriving in the mail by the 5th. It was supposed to be
these
here
are on
today.
CD or
It's supposed to be here today, but you know how things can get screwed up when it comes to mail ordering.
Yeah.
Is this vinyl or is it CD?
CD. I'm strictly trying to get those 2007/2008 releases that Rhino did. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Because I think those are the remasters that I'm still listening to on the streaming platforms. And if they're
Right.
essentially the same remaster, then those are the ones I want to get. And I've been having very difficulty trying to get all of them in that version. Like some of them want to show me when I search for a specific album, they just want to say, early 90s release. I'm like, nope. Because if we know anything about CD remasters from the late 80s and early 90s, they are definitely not sound quality wise what we have now.
I think that's because in the 90s they were still trying to find their way on how to remaster properly.
But
you know what I mean? Like the technology was still emerging. All the way up until now with AI, like that could remaster things even without human intervention almost now. It's getting really, really crazy.
My very tedious issue with this is because like some of my favorite Genesis albums, which are like especially Genesis 83, right? I have a copy of that, but it's a 2024 release that came in a digipack, and the sound quality is terrible.
Oh, wow.
It says it says the date 2007 on it, but no, because I can pull up the actual 2007 remaster on streaming on my phone, and it sounds way better. So
Right.
I'm looking to get an authentic 07 remaster of that album. But other than that, I mean, like, and then there were 3 Wind and Wuthering. I mean, those are a couple more of my all-time favorites from Genesis, because they have some of my favorite songs from the band. And right now, Amazon is not showing that they have those available, at least not in the updated remasters. You know, like I said, you'll get like a copy from the early 90s, and I'm like, no, I really don't want to.
Mm.
I really don't want to settle for less, when if I dig harder, I could find what I'm looking for.
Right.
Right.
So
Makes sense.
at this point, I'm going to look to other sites like maybe eBay, get a nice copy in new condition over there.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, I'll tell you what, speaking of CDs, I have right here, these are all like brand new sealed CDs, which I have on eBay right now. So if anybody's interested, I don't know, some of these maybe, these are all sealed. This is a Wynton Marsalis CD. Then we got, here's a Linkin Park CD, brand new sealed.
What songs
That's
are on that one?
Say what?
Songs are on that? What songs are on that one?
This one has, here you go.
It's a little blurry.
That's the first album that's got One Step Closer.
Okay,
And,
Yeah, right.
I see it's got In the End on it, which is a good
Yeah.
song.
Then I got this one, Everclear. This one's still sealed. This is the one with I Will Buy You a New Life and stuff. Then we got this one from Coldplay. Here's a Coldplay record. All right. Then we got Bruce Springsteen live in Madison Square Garden. That one. And we got, this is a I don't even know who this is, but again, it's sealed. You'll find them on my 16mm Kingdom. Here's the soundtrack to Mr. D. It's got some really good songs on here. Let
Yeah.
My Love Open Doors on here. That's great. We got She's Lump, She's Lump, She's Lump,
Yep.
She's in My Head, President of the United States.
First album, yeah.
We got Quincy Jones, Juke Joint, sealed. So anybody want these? I have them up there for $10. I'm going to lower them to $5 each. Here's Counting Crows, their big album, sealed. Here we got Prince of Egypt soundtrack, Disney. I got 2 of these, so anybody interested? And we got this one. This is like a kid's CD, something, you know, just figure you never know. Same thing with Prayer of Jabez, that's sealed. And we got Lady Antebellum, I Need You Now. It's a 1:15. A Kenny G. Anybody want a Kenny G? There's Kenny G. And we got Cold Mountain soundtrack, sealed with the hype sticker on it. We got this one. This one's Cherry Poppin' Daddies. Anybody want a Cherry Poppin' Daddies? And we got this one, Tim McGraw. Anybody like Tim McGraw? That one's on there as well. We're down to the last couple. Here is Del Amitri. Doesn't have their big song. What's the song? Roll to Me. Then we got this one. This one is Mad Season. Mad Season. Really great record. And then finally,
I think that's the one that has If You're Gone, right?
yep, Ramones.
Great song.
So I
Great
got all
song.
these CDs. Anybody who wants them,
Nice.
16mm Kingdom. I'll put the link in the chat. And also, these are on there as well. These are all the J cards to Metallica.
Oh,
Oops,
geez.
upside down. So people buy these, believe it or not. I got them all 5 records, the J cards, original ones. They're up there right now for $30 for all 5 of them. Believe me, I've seen just one J card go for $20.
You know, I was CD shopping in Walmart recently, and I came back with a couple things, but um, one thing I happened to notice about that particular Walmart, there was a heavy amount of Metallica in there. Like,
Mm,
because I was like flipping discs, as they do as you do when you're shopping and browsing. And I'm like, oh, look, Metallica, Metallica, Metallica. I'm like, this store loves Metallica, apparently.
Yeah, I mean they're a big seller to a point,
Yes. Glad you brought that up. The main thing I'm excited about for this release is we're finally getting the full adult child sessions in an official release, and hopefully in a way that does not sound muddy like all those bootlegs have. And another thing, a couple other things, kind of like the 15 big ones outtakes. Hopefully, we'll get all those in high quality too. I can't wait. They come out next Friday?
already? Wow.
Wow.
Well, let's see. What was it? Since I saw you last, I picked up Feel Flows. Something, I don't know. I'm getting the title wrong. It's the sunflower and
Yeah, you got the title right. You got the title right.
but I got that for like almost next to nothing. I think I only paid $5 for it for
Well,
the double disc, and I was happy with that.
that's been out in the open for some time now, since about 2021 ish.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think it was released. I don't think it was released in 2020 at the high point of the pandemic. I think it was actually came out in 21, because then I think the following year was when they put out the Sail on Sailor box set, which was Carl and the Passion So Tough and Holland sessions, the 72, 73-ish stuff. And I was hoping that this set that they're putting out right now, one of the things that I wanted to, like, if there's one thing I wanted that it doesn't look like we're going to get with it, it would be more of the 74, 75 sessions, because come on, we know that there was a good chunk of material recorded. Now I understand that Caribou Ranch did burn down, and along with that came a lot of those session tapes, but rumor has it that there's still more out there than what has been bootlegged or has been confirmed to be on this official release.
It's funny that you bring up about Caribou Ranch, which later on in this little story, I've got something to talk about that has to do with the Caribou Ranch.
Ooh.
But not Beach Boys. This is something else. The Dennis material on the Feel Flows box was the highlight. Dennis did a real good job on that. The stuff I heard, from what I remember. Anyway, I'd have to re-listen it, but I enjoyed the set.
In general, the Sunflower album is basically puts him as the highlight of the record. I mean, Slip On Through, Forever, Got to Know the Woman, so much. Like, Sunflower seems to put Dennis Wilson as its favorite member of the group.
Right.
Now, it's kind of funny that you come up here just as I was getting ready to mention what I'm going to mention, because this once again, whenever anything Beach Boys related is going to come up, Mason shows up, whether he knows it's going to happen or not.
I just didn't have anything going on this evening, and I saw you were live, and I'm like, I'm trying to get back to being more active in the community anyway, so I might as well make myself.
Now Mason knows this song already. We have played this song at least once.
Are we about to risk a copyright?
Well, no, I mean it's not Beach Boys. Like I said, here's the thing. So what we're doing is we're in the middle of a tribute on Chuck Negron. Okay. who passed away yesterday at the age of 83.
Such
Now
a
there's
sad
only,
tragedy, man.
I
That's
know,
sad.
I know. If you guys have a chance, go get the book Three Dog Nightmare. You will not be sorry. There's 3 different versions. I don't have the updated one. I think I got the middle version, and it was really, really good read. Seriously, an excellent read.
I think I know where
I'll
you're
tell you what,
going
I
with
saw
this.
Chuck in
Because you're saying I know this song, which
Uh-huh.
maybe it's Beach Boys related, but
Right,
the version you're playing is not by them. And then you mentioned Three
right.
Dog Night, so that
Yep.
draws more conclusions. I'm thinking it's either got to be the song off the Wild Honey album or the song off the 2020 album. That's all I'm going to leave you guys with.
Okay, good.
Damn, you're really good there, Mason.
He is really good.
Really? Wow. I'll tell you what, I saw Chuck in 2015, and he was
Yeah.
amazing in 2015. He was incredible. Like, he played all of the hits. He wasn't with Three Dog Night, but he had 2 guys to emulate the Three Dog Night sound. And I'll tell you what, man, when he did one, it was just like everybody had chills down their spine because he was just that good.
Well,
Well,
that's
I feel
funny
like-
you bring that up too.
You know, and hey, before you go in with this, you know, just
Yes.
Three Dog Night. We all know them, but like, I can't help but thinking that there really wouldn't be a Three Dog Night without, more specifically, a Mr. Brian Wilson wanting to sign Danny Hutton and his buddies to Brother Records,
It's true. It's
Right.
true.
because
It's
they were going to form this little band called Redwood.
Yep. And so what we're playing here now. Here's
So
the thing.
in a way, Three Dog Night might not have happened without the Beach
Right.
Boys.
Right. So
Now, do you know, wait, before you go, do you know how the name Three Dog Night started?
wasn't
The Three
it
Dog
like
Night name, believe it or not, I don't know if you ever saw obviously a lot of people have seen it, but Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke. All right, you know the scene in the movie where the girl snorts the comet when Chong's
Yes.
holding the comet? The girl that's like, that girl was the wife of one of the executives that signed Three Dog Night. And she actually came up with the name. That woman in Up in Smoke came up with the name Three Dog Night for them. So that's just a little fun fact. I wish I could remember her name.
yeah. I remember that movie. But yes, so supposedly I saw this on Wiki and I saw it on another fan site. So supposedly some of the backing members for I don't know what Redwood tracks, because 3 tracks were recorded, okay? But supposedly in the backing band, there's 2 members of Canned Heat and Goldie McJohn from Steppenwolf.
Wow.
Now this particular track that I'm playing, I have a sneaky feeling is more Wrecking Crew, although several of the members of Canned Heat would go in and out of the Wrecking Crew anyway, so it would kind of make sense. So we present here the Redwood track, which you can get on the Three Dog Night anthology.
Oh,
I love
It
this
alone.
We're going to go with their version here.
You might never need to buy another phone charger.
You know,
MagVolt Pro, a military-grade charging system designed
Used for that version.
yeah.
The exact same one that was used on the Beach Boys version on 2020.
Oh, okay.
Because how I know this, especially where that, that horn break right there, instrumental bit in that version that we just heard.
Yeah.
In what is probably, in my opinion, still my favorite version. You can source it from that Beach Boys compilation, Hawthorne CA. That came out in the early 2000s. There's a demo of that song that just has Brian Wilson's voice on it. It's the exact same backing track as what we just heard.
Okay. Then it must have been the band must have been on the other tracks or some junk like that. I don't know. It was a one-off thing anyway, but still, as you said, If it wasn't for Mike Love and the rest of the band's jackassness and cornering Brian Wilson into the studio and making him cry, it would have been Redwood, not Three Dog Night. That's all there is.
Well, the story goes that Mike wanted to basically be like Murray Wilson was with Surf City about giving a hit to Jan and Dean, and he was like, with Darlin', he was like, why are you giving them this song? We should be recording this instead.
Which, of course,
in actuality, I think Brian had a very reasonable reason for giving it to Redwood, because as it was said, the title Darlin', he wrote the song about Danny Hutton because Danny Hutton, story goes, used to refer to people as Darlin'.
I didn't know that.
Ouch.
That's the universal way of just saying, addressing everybody, not having to, think of their name. I knew a guy who was a kitchen manager for a restaurant, and everybody that came to work for him was named Bubba. Whether you were a guy or a girl, he'd go, "Hey, Bubba."
Oh, jeez. Or
Everybody
cheese.
was Bubba. He became Bubba because everyone would say, "Hey, Bubba's calling you."
Or like Ace with Curly. Everybody was
Yeah,
Curly.
right.
Anyway.
Like I said, as cool as, well, I mean, the song is just a great song in general, but as cool as the Redwood version is, even the one off 2020, I think that demo that Brian Wilson did where he just recorded the whole vocal himself, I think that one takes the cake for me as my favorite version.
Oh, yeah.
That's the originator right
Because
there.
it's Brian Wilson in the late 60s. I mean, you can do no wrong.
Right. He was fomenting all of his powers.
Vocally, vocally, he can do no wrong,
And here comes one of my favorites. Mello already dropped the hint.
Oh, really?
Swear by God to Gideon.
My God, I'm getting very tired of everybody's
If no
commercial.
new hair grows, we will compensate you $20,000.
Topic of discussion was on Harry Nilsson. So, what do you get in the mid 90s when you fuse Beach Boys, Chicago, and America together as a trio, and they decide they want to do a tribute to Harry Nilsson? You get Carl Wilson of the Beach Boys, Jerry Beckley of America, and Robert Lamb of Chicago doing what was that song? They did a tribute song for a Harry Nilsson tribute album.
Yes.
I can't remember which one it was.
Oh my God, the title's escaping me right now. But I know what you're talking about.
I think it's like Without Her or something like that.
I've got a copy of it.
Let me look this up. It's on the Beckley Lamb Wilson album that came out in 2000. I do know that.
I didn't know about that album.
Yeah, Without Her. That's the song.
I had no idea about that. Honestly, you would think that's a super group of super groups. You would think we would have heard all about that, and everybody would know about it, and it would be mainstream.
Oh, you guys legit did not know that Beach Boys?
I had no idea that them three
Chicago
recorded.
plus America actually existed.
I had no clue.
Yeah, their album Like a Brother came out in 2000, and it was basically a collection of songs that the three of them had recorded together throughout the past, at that point, I don't know, decade.
Is it all covers or is there originals on there?
No, there's original songs on there.
Really? I can't believe that. It's never.
Well, Carl Wilson
never been
passed
on any
away
radio
from
or anything
complications
to
of
make it known.
cancer in 1998. So that album famously has the last thing that he recorded vocals for, which a beautiful ballad that was recorded in 1997.
Wow.
And even though it came out in 2000 and was basically recorded throughout the 90s, dates back as early as the late 80s. But the sound, the music quality is very 80s sounding for sure.
Right. It just goes to show how much, these guys cross-pollinated. Obviously, all the way back to the 70s, the Beach Boys in Chicago, they even did there's that famous New Year's Eve special, Dick Clark of 1976 going into 1977, had the Beach Boys, Chicago, the Doobie Brothers, Olivia Newton-John, all these acts that literally were singing one song after another, combine each other. And then when they did Wishing You Were Here, some of the Beach Boys came out doing, with Chicago.
Well,
And then later
you know why
down
they
the
did
line-
that, right? You know why they did that,
What?
right? Because the Beach Boys had actually backed up Chicago on the actual studio version of that song.
Yeah, exactly. But it just goes to show how much they crossed paths and then new things formed. Just like when you've seen East Meets West with the Four Seasons and the Beach
yeah.
Boys
But
coming together. It's like
with
a
that
lot of these
song,
acts, they all
that-
toured
that
together.
that song blows my mind. Wishing you were here, because
Yeah, I've heard that.
how often are you going to get Peter Cetera trading off vocals with Terry Kath while the Beach Boys, primarily Carl, you can hear more than anyone else,
Oh yeah.
is on the backing vocals. It's just
I've heard that song.
a
Yeah.
once in a lifetime opportunity that you'll never hear them do something like that again.
Right.
So Mello brought up, or somebody brought up, Caribou Ranch. Who brought up Caribou Ranch earlier?
Mason did.
Okay, Mason
thought it was
brought up
me.
Caribou
I
Ranch.
thought,
Okay.
It was.
maybe it was brought up before I joined.
That's right.
No,
It was
you
you.
brought it up.
Nope, it was you. I was the one was Mello. That's why.
Because
and so
we were talking about the upcoming box set, and one of the things I mentioned that I'd like to hear more of is the 74, 75 sessions that were held that mostly at Caribou Ranch, with the understanding that, with the studio burning down, so did a lot of the tapes.
that's it.
So
Ouch. So in 2017, Chuck Negrin puts out an album called Generations. All right, he does some work with his daughters who both can sing. Also, Floyd Sneed, who was a classic Three Dog Night member, back on drums to work on that album with him. But the other thing that was kind of a little bit odd at the time, and before I came up here for broadcast, I had to try to double check, and I pulled up a 2017 interview that Chuck did with a magazine. On this album, Generations, which also is the only Chuck Negrin autograph I've got, I managed to order it and got it signed from him. And when I can find it in my mess of stuff, I'll show it sometime. But there are 3 songs that were unreleased from Three Dog Night. Now, I know you're probably saying, well, how the heck did that happen?
Yeah.
Well, in the interview, and this is where I'm glad he explained some of it, but not all of it, he said that in 2000, each of the band members, the 3 singers separately, received tape packages from Universal. Now, this is 2000, so this is before the fire, okay? When Chuck got the tapes, his tapes, and he's like, how am I going to... They had to bake them, and then once he was able to start listening, he was able to figure out, and the best answer, and I wrote this down, that the best answer for the 3 songs of Three Dog Night that are on this Generations album come from the 1970s when they were working at Caribou Ranch with Jimmy Ienner.
He's a producer, right?
Right. He worked with the Raspberries and a few other people. Now, how he landed in... I think actually he might have even worked on a Three Dog album, which maybe would have helped, because I think it was 75 or 76, so it's got to be from that time period. So what I'm playing for you here is one of those 3 previously unreleased songs of
Nice.
Three Dog Night from the mid-70s, roughly, that you can only get on this Chuck Negron Generations album. And this song is called This Is Your Captain Calling, which is what closes out the album.
I swear, Chuck looks like Guy Fieri there a little bit.
Oh, he did. Now that you mention it, he does.
With the bowling shirt on him, that's all he needs. It's a long intro.
Yeah, I turned my volume off. I can't hear anything.
Fading in.
I would get that anthology, to be honest with you, Matron. That's the Three Dog Night anthology that they put out in the 90s.
To tell you he's out of his brain again.
I could see a cool little animated video to this.
Yeah, right. It's a nice song.
I think so.
We'd be united if any of you would give us a hand and a plane.
Speaking of
Cool.
the comment about the Caribou album from Elton John, I just want to touch upon this, that in returning to collecting physical media as opposed to streaming everything as my one source of music intake, I am very late to the game on this one, but I did purchase a copy of Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
I love that.
Nice.
Because I don't think it gets any better with Elton John than that album.
Oh, really?
That is true classic right there.
Captain Fantastic is.
I mean, he's got a few big ones from the 70s, but I think that's the top of the list right there.
I'd say
Right.
Goodbye and Captain Fantastic are probably like his top right there.
Right.
Honestly.
They're like
Those
even
two, the
almost.
1-2 punch.
Here's one that's a little more underrated that I will that I like a lot because I hear some hidden gems on this album, and from what I've read, it actually charted pretty well when it came out. But it was the album after that when Blue Moves, which started this thing of slightly lower charting albums of his, because Blue Moves wanted to get a little more experimental with everything. But the album that we're talking about is Rock of the Westies. Now, why do I say that? Because from start to finish, he is just rocking his head off.
Oh, really? Cool.
I probably have never heard Elton John go that heavier in any other album except that one.
I know what you mean. Hey, Paul, I put a link in there for something if you want
there
to
it
show. We were talking about something before, and it made me think of this. It's just fantastic. If nobody's ever seen it,
Another thing to note specifically about the Caribou album, since it was brought up in the comments, that particular album, on the song "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me," yes, the rumors are true. Carl Wilson and Bruce Johnston are on backing vocals.
oh wow, I didn't know that. Well, speaking of Carl Wilson,
Yeah, hang on.
Hey, Paul Mason. What I just wonder what songs. I don't really collect Elton John stuff, but what kind of album is that one from '71 called "Tumbleweed Connection"? What kind of songs are on that?
I have it.
I honestly don't know. I haven't heard that one
I
yet.
never heard any of the songs off "Tumbleweed Connection." I never looked them up.
You know,
That's early 70s.
I'll say besides "Goodbye Yellow Brick Road," some other pretty good albums. You know, Captain Fantastic, a great one. Caribou's got some good stuff on that. Honky Chateau, of course. I mean, that's a classic. It's got Rocket Man, which is a classic on its own. Madman Across the Water, because I mean, you can't go wrong with Tiny Dancer. Come on, man.
Yeah, I like that song.
Yeah.
Even his second album with Your Song, beautiful ballad.
Beach Boys originally did that song, of course. God only knows. I mean, that's Carl Wilson.
Oh, here we go.
He sang lead
Where is he
on it.
performing that?
At a wedding, private wedding. This is incredible. If nobody's ever saw this.
Is it just him, or does he have the rest of the band?
A little bit backing, not much.
You never what I feel without you. God only knows what I feel without you. God only knows what I feel without God only knows what I feel without. Okay, God bless you.
So somebody who was having a wedding just decided they wanted to hire him to perform at their
Can
wedding.
you imagine that?
That's
The guy
amazing. How
be
did I?
part of the original of the song, come play it at your wedding. I mean,
How have I
like,
been a Beach Boys fan all my life and did not know that video existed?
that's why I wanted to play it, because I figured if nobody saw it, it should be seen, because it's one of the greatest performances I ever seen. One of them, honestly. Such an intimate thing. And it's the only way I could learn the song, because if you try learning it from the record, there's so much overlays of different orchestras. You can't just hear what the guitar's doing. Here, I could hear it really clear when I had headphones on, and I was able to actually play authentically kind of what Carl's playing. You know what I mean? I'm like, it was incredible.
And Mello, the thing about it is, and you know, I think most hardcore Beach Boys fans will agree, you haven't really engulfed the trueness of God Only Knows until you've heard it stripped away from all vocals.
Right.
Best place to hear that is off the Pet Sound Sessions release.
Oh yeah.
You just hear the straight backing track, and it's just like, oh my gosh,
Well,
there's
that's
so
my
much
fault,
more that I've
you
been
know.
missing out of this piece of music.
That song alone inspired Paul.
And I can really say
Sgt.
that
Pepper.
I can say the same in some ways about Wouldn't It Be Nice? Sometimes my favorite way to hear that song is the backing track, because you get to dive more into all the experimentation of the music itself. Like
Sure.
using an accordion mixed in with all of this brass and everything like that, and then the saxophone. It's like, you know, it's all kind of mudded away in the final mix, because you know you got the vocals on top of everything.
Right.
So that explains part of the title. The other part, of course, the day the music died, which we talked about. That's 67 years ago. February 3rd. Oh boy.
1959.
Uh-huh.
You're talking about?
Yeah, we
So-
Don
lost.
McLean wrote it, man.
We lost
Yeah.
Holly,
Bond,
Richie Valens. I think there was one other one. I
and
only know
then
of
Big
those two.
Bopper.
Big Bopper, too, yeah.
Yeah.
So I have got 6 different songs total here
And
left
just
to the
think, we could have been
two
talking
apiece.
about. We could have been talking about Waylon Jennings.
Don't tell.
Oh, that's funny because we will be talking about Waylon
Well,
Jennings.
Waylon Jennings had a seat on that
Yep, I
plane,
heard
but he
about that.
split
No.
with Richie Valens.
Yes, the
Don't-
first of the
Do
two
not tell me
Buddy
you're going to
Holly
end the
songs.
show with American Pie.
No,
Bye bye, Miss American Pie.
forget that
It almost
nonsense.
sounds like it would be though, right?
Although
Oh, that's
just
not
for you,
nonsense.
just for you, Mason, I should put on the Madonna version. No, I'm
I
kidding.
like the Madonna version.
Of course, you'd
exists.
like the Madonna version.
Wait, no, I'm baffled. That actually exists.
Yeah, it's bad.
I
I've heard this one.
This one, yes, this one here.
Iggy Pop remade this.
Yes, Real Wild Child by Ivan. Ivan is really Jerry Allison,
Yeah,
Buddy
he's-
Holly's drummer.
I
Buddy
never heard
Holly
it.
plays guitar on this.
Wow.
Well,
I
that's
like-
the reason we were playing it,
I like
because he's a real wild child,
that
Ivan.
song.
aka Jerry Allison. Now, let's see here. Yeah, Iggy did an okay cover.
can I
Not
hope
my
that when,
favorite.
can I hope that when we get to the Buddy Holly tribute, it's the song I want it to be.
Oh, well, here's the thing, right? Because I
And no, it's not Peggy Sue. If that's where you thought I was
well,
going.
no,
with that.
I'm not. No, I'm not. Okay, my Buddy Holly tributes for the Buddy Holly part this time is just him being a sideman.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right, I was hoping I could hear every day.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we can shove every day in there. We'll see.
It's fine. It's fine to celebrate. I can listen to it when I get off the show on my own accord.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to further pressure or anything that might get us a copyright.
This next one here, I don't know where Mello went, but Waylon Jennings, his first 45 was done when Buddy was alive. There he is. He shows up. Waylon Jennings. Waylon
just taking a
Jennings,
little
first
smoke break.
45 when Buddy was still alive. We're going to hear it. And Buddy Holly on guitar, King Curtis on sax. Yeah. When Sin Stops.
No, I guess I never heard this one.
Gotcha. That's right. Waylon Jennings' first 45.
Hey, Paul, after those three died in a plane crash, if I read this correct, didn't Bobby V have to continue or something? Am I right?
Yeah.
Bobby V, yeah.
And
I'll tell you, that song reminded me of a cross between One-Eyed Purple People Eater and Monster Mash.
yeah, I could see bits of that in there.
They both had that sound, like the singing of One-Eyed Purple People Eater with the music of Monster Mash. That's what it was like weird.
And also,
Oh, how the
I
world,
thought this
how the world robbed us of great talent.
January 31st, 1959,
Oh, you know it,
in
Brandon.
Green Bay, I guess. I think it was Green Bay. I could have sworn was the concert. A teenage Robert Zimmerman was front and center watching Buddy Holly perform. And Buddy Holly looked at him on and off through that concert. And Bob kept claiming, ever since that like Buddy channeled something into Bob because it lit a fire in his ass seeing Buddy Holly play. And then next thing you know, a couple days later, that's the end of that. So he was able to get at least, and so it just carries to the next generation.
I mean, there's
Now, did Bob
Buddy
Dylan
Holly
ever?
especially. There's no telling what he could have done in the music industry had he survived.
No kidding.
Oh God, that's what everybody like. You say that with Jimi Hendrix. What would Jimi Hendrix done if he didn't die? Or what would Jim Morrison or anybody like? What would Kurt Cobain be like right now if he was still alive?
Oh,
You know, like, but I lost my point. Oh yeah, did Bob Dylan ever do something like you would think? Like I think of like The Rock. He was Rocky Maivia. Then he became, eventually he became Dwayne Johnson. Like, same thing with John Cougar. Eventually had to become John Mellencamp. You would think Bob Dylan would have put out something as Bob Zimmerman by now. Did he ever do that? Or
No.
no, that's what I mean. I would just be surprised like that he didn't, do something under his real name.
Yeah. So now we get to the Big Texan, the other Big Texan. Hello, baby, but that's not what we're playing, Mr. Big Bopper. But this is one of his first. He wrote this and did this in '57.
Richie Valens?
Yeah. Nope.
Yep.
Big Bopper.
Oh, Big Bopper.
Beggar to a King.
Yeah.
Okay.
How would a Big Bopper like transferred into the '60s? You know what I mean? I'll tell you.
Yeah, while you were.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, this is Hank Snow's version. Yeah. I
Oh,
forgot
okay.
to get-
Okay.
Written
Nice.
by J.P. Richardson on the label.
Yes.
Yep.
See, like I was mentioning, I somehow can picture either Conway Twitty or George Jones doing a good version of that song. This next bopper made it to 38 on the Billboard charts.
Big Bopper's Wedding.
Absolutely correct there, Dave Aru.
Well, I haven't heard that much. I've heard Chantilly Lace more. This one I've heard.
Hello, baby. That was a shot.
Honestly, I don't think anybody could do that song but him. You know what I mean?
Hey, Paul.
That would
George,
be considered like a novelty act these days. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that's almost a straight up comedy song. It's like,
yeah.
What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, George Jones did a Big Bopper composition, White Lightning.
Great
that one,
version.
that White
I
Lightning,
got to
yeah.
hear him play that live many years ago. The third part of the tragedy here, I still don't understand. Okay, Richie Valens was only 17.
Oh, yeah.
How the hell he wasn't even of age, and yet here he is on that bus with all the rest of them,
right.
and then in that plane, and I'm going, somebody obviously gave the permission, and who was supposed to be watching over him anyway during this whole entire tour fiasco? Which, if I was 17 and I was one of the parents, I would have been like, I don't care how famous he is, he's
But
not
Paul,
going.
That would go with the same thing. How the hell did Neil Schon want to play in Woodstock at 16?
Yeah,
Woodstock. Like, whose parents would let their 16-year-old go to Woodstock?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? And Neil Schon's there on the stage with 100,000 people looking at him.
Santana, right?
Here's one of
Yeah,
the
with Santana.
yeah. Here's one of the lesser known hits. I think it made it into the bubbling
Yeah,
under
because
the top 40s.
Lord knows we would get a copyright if you tried to play La Bamba. That's too.
I
well
wasn't
known.
going to.
That's too well known.
That's my little Susie.
Yeah, you're right, Paul. That did hit the cool.
Woo! That was great.
I thought so.
Ugh.
This last song in the queue is another quickie. Not even
Quickie.
2 minutes. But believe it or not, Led Zeppelin covered this. No, it's not Led Zeppelin version, kids, but Led Zeppelin did actually do this once or twice in concert.
We couldn't
Wow.
play Led Zeppelin on here. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, for obvious reasons.
Yes. Ooh, my head. So that is one for the day the music died.
Yeah.
And this has been your panel crew. Mello, Wyoming Dave, Mason, and Brandon out in Australia working right now. He could make us concert passes to all the tours.
Yeah, I know, right?
Actually, he's on his way home, I think, if I remember right. It says, well, but I didn't watch Grant's Rock Warehouse show this evening. I think I saw a couple minutes. That's I saw a couple minutes. Dave, what did you think about me popping up Friday? That was, nobody expected that.
Geez, I forgot.
Grant's show.
Oh, and then the chat died again.
I've been out of touch. I've been out of touch with this community for so long that I don't even know when to expect certain people to be live anymore.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I seen you in the
This
chat
is
gallery.
the
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah. Ladies and
You know what?
gentlemen.
Go ahead,
Hmm?
Paul.
No, go ahead.
do your thing, Dave. I was just
Go
gonna say,
on.
like, we were speaking about copyright strikes before and stuff, and then I wanted to look for something to listen to. So I just typed in Casey Kasem America Top 40 just to see about like somebody has a show, and I noticed there's quite a few channels that have full broadcasts of America's Top 40
Yeah,
with
I checked.
40 songs on there in a row, like literally played with Casey Kasem speaking in between. I even commented on one of the channels, how are you not getting struck down? How are these channels allowed to play full song broadcasts without no problem? They don't look like they're any professional channel. They're not being taken down. They were there for everyone to listen to. So I can't understand like why anybody's getting copyright struck.
I don't
Well,
get
sounds
you
it.
like
know,
that.
when it there's something that's never been able to make sense for me with the copyright thing. Most artists in their right mind would consider their music being played on social media as a promotion for them and should be honored for that.
No,
So
said
that, but so with the copyright thing, it's like, shouldn't they, if they were smart, they'd be like, huh, maybe these guys are playing it to promote the band or artist.
Oh yeah.
It just
Well,
struck
that'd
me
be
that
too easy.
this channel could have all those songs on there. I mean, everybody. Like in 1971, it was all 40 songs from 1971. You know, and then 82, like, you know, there had to have been songs in there because there were main bands. Led Zeppelin was in there, and, you know, Eagles, and anybody that you hear about being struck down, they were there in those broadcasts that are still on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
And, you know, the one that I commented, they never answered me back either. They just gave me like a thumbs up. And,
Well,
you know, I'm like,
Yeah, that
you didn't
might-
answer my question. Why are you still existing without getting copyright struck? What's the secret?
my only thought to that could possibly be that they are actually contacting these companies that hold the rights to these songs and stuff like that, and basically
But the
getting
one channel had
permission
only
from
like
them.
1,000 subscribers. It
That's
wasn't
the
even
only thing I
like
can think of that it might be.
I don't know.
It's
Is that the
crazy. It just brought
is that
me
the-
infuriating.
Is that the person or people behind them have got to be somehow contacting the people who hold the rights to the songs?
Go
getting
type it
permission.
in yourself when you get a chance. Type in Case America's Top 40 and look at all the channels, different channels with low subscribers, home mom and pop like me and you, putting up a full broadcast. I have that whole Rock of Life show by NBC, the anniversary, but I was afraid to put it up because I don't want to get copyright struck. But here
Right.
I'm seeing other shows playing full shows with all the songs,
Steven
and
Sneaks.
they're not getting struck down. I want to really, know the answer to that.
Yeah,
What's the
we
deal?
did.
But still, they're playing the song without, like, no problem. They didn't have to cut it out. Some shows have to cut out the songs out of their show. Professor Rockets, they knocked all the time. Even Rick Beato had that big thing about they can't even play 5 seconds of a song. They try to play Prince, or they try to play some artist that won't allow it. But this guy can play all songs. They had Prince Purple Rain on the one thing. Like, how is it possible?
I know that's a good question. Yeah, that's a good
Look, I
question.
gotta wait. Keep this on the download, guys. But back in the day when I was when I was live on here one time, I mean, I didn't have a big audience that night, but I did get away with playing the album Purple Rain on live, and YouTube did nothing about it.
Mm,
Right. It's just weird. It's selective enforcement for whatever reason.
Well, actually, I take that back. It wasn't the album. I played various songs from the album. The point is, I played Prince, and YouTube did nothing about it.
But I understand the argument from the back maybe 10 years ago when this started really going into play, where the artists are thinking like, yeah, they're using us to make their shows more famous. If it wasn't for our music, their shows would be nothing. That's like their mindset. But really, not in this day and age does that apply anymore, when anybody could pull up any song at any time without any kind of, you listen to some ad right before the song and there's the song. You know what I mean? No matter what platform you go, you can just pull up any song and
Like I
hear
said,
it. You don't pay nothing.
If
It's included with your
these
subscription
big
just even
corporate
getting on
music
the internet.
companies- these big corporate music companies were thinking outside of the box here, they'd see what we're actually trying to do is promote the artist or band,
Right.
and they would see that as, oh, that could generate them, more importantly, us, more money if we just
Professor
let them
Rock
do it.
even said that the artists he was interviewing on the show, their PR people would ask him, "Thank you for helping promote," and the people above the PR were cutting them down. So it's like even the artists themselves know this. They want to be. It's the bigger heads, the Rockefeller guys, whoever's above at the very top. They don't want that for some reason or another because the greed and everything else. But the artists themselves are held hostage to it. Really. Maybe some aren't because, again, Metallica got a really big stink when Napster came out.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, no. You would think Metallica, of all bands, would be like that, stick up the ass kind of.
Well, they've been like that since the Napster
And
days.
I used to use one of those file sharing programs too.
I'm just telling you, had Metallica not had that attitude, which was really Lars more than anybody, James Hetfield could have given a shit. Lars, he was so like that. Like, they could have had, like, the Dead never cared about fucking anybody recording their shit. They let
That's
people bootleg. They were like, and look at the Dead. Like, that should have been the model. Like, music should be more free than fucking trying to hold it hostage in a copyright and all that.
Yeah, maybe someday.
You
Ladies
know?
and gentlemen, we have had a great show. I want to thank all my panelists, and I want to thank my audience in the peanut gallery. Hopefully do one on Thursday. That is the goal, ladies
Nice.
and gentlemen. Thursday
We're gonna
night.
do it again on Thursday.
On Thursday night. I don't know when yet. Thursday
Well,
night sometime. Maybe.
I'm always available on Thursdays because I do not work that day.
Okay. Yeah, we might do an early show Thursday, I think. I think that's well wait a
somebody
minute. Wait a minute, I take that back. I don't know.
because tomorrow we may wake up and somebody else croaked that we don't want, and like you're gonna make it.
Yeah. We'll shoot for Thursday, gang. Okay. Everybody, take care. God bless.
bless.
Rock on. Love you. Here's a bearded Batman enjoying a
Psycho's Platters is a Love Peace production